Okay, I know I'm late on this movie, but I wanted to put out a quick little video while I work on the next big one, because there was a big gap between the last couple videos, and I want to prevent that in the future. So this is a new little series. It's not very original, but it's called Rapid Reviews. Whoa! And they're reviews that are rapid. So, yep, we're going to talk about Puss in Boots. No spoilers yet. I'll get into them later. So let's go. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is a goddamn delight. This movie is funny, it's cute, it's emotional, and it looks so damn good. This isn't a unique observation, but the Spider-Verse elements of this movie are damn near palpable. And that's not to call this movie redundant or a copy. It's got plenty of its own shit going on. It has a totally different vibe than Spider-Verse, but the animation influences are there, and they work very well. Aside from just the look of this film, the script is rock fucking solid. If I had to complain about anything in this script, it would be that Goldilocks and the Bears make the just right joke like a little too much. I don't think that's a spoiler because they're in the trailer. My only other complaint is also a compliment. The movie is paced very quickly. If you get up to go pee during the movie, you might miss like 2 whole scenes. And I'm not trying to say the pacing is bad necessarily. Nothing ever gets dragged out and your eyes are glued to the screen the whole time, which is great. But I also think it makes a couple of the emotional moments weaker than they could have been. That said, none of the emotional beats fall flat or anything. I just feel like they had a little more potential. As much as I love a movie with an hour 40-minute runtime, this could have benefited from like 5-10 more minutes maybe. Like not much, just a little bit. But hopping right back to the positives, something this movie does way better than most is juggle multiple villains without ever feeling bogged down. You got Goldilocks and the Bears, comically large John Mulaney, and who I thought was the big bad wolf. And all these bad guys got just enough screen time split up between them. One of them has an emotional arc going on, one of them is littered with intrigue and is terrifying, and the other one is a hilariously deranged sociopath. And all of them managed to be some of my favorite animated antagonists, like ever. Jack Horner especially is up there with Hades in terms of fun-ass villains who just love being evil. Something else this movie deserves praise for is the humor. They throw a lot of curveball, really dark jokes into this kid's movie, and they almost always caught me off guard. Plus, some of the characters are hilarious, like just as a concept. There's a character in this movie credited simply as Ethical Bug, and almost every line he had made me laugh my ass off. I'm not talking a little chortle, like, no, I straight LOL'd. I was laughing out loud. I was laughing my ass off. If you haven't seen it yet, I am begging you to give your time and money to this movie. We need more expressive, bombastic animation like this. If these projects don't get rewarded, we're just going to keep getting movies like The Boss Baby. And that's not a world I want to live in. You don't even have to get out of your house. You can rent it. So just go do that. All right. I'm going to talk about spoilers now, but you better go see it. I'm warning you. If you've seen this movie and don't like it, I think I might actually hate you. Every single scene in this movie is so full of personality and love for the medium of animation. Everything from the scenes at the cat lady's house to the ultra-colorful final showdown filled me with pure fucking joy. My favorite scenes are as follows. The scene where the baker's dozen gets brutally murdered by piranha plants. The scene where Puss has a heart attack. Not heart attack. The scene where Puss has a panic attack. The heist at Big Jack's Pie Factory. The scene where Death shows up at the Cave of Lost Souls. Puss confiding in Perito about his guilt from running out on Kitty. The incredible, thematically appropriate, super fucking colorful and fun-ass ending. And like every other scene in the movie. But first, let's talk about this one. The scene where Puss has a panic attack. Mental health problems and things like anxiety aren't usually depicted all that well in media. It's usually either 13 Reasons Why, where everything is a hyperbolic stereotype, or it takes the form of an over-the-top metaphor characterized by like a monster or something. And even those are good sometimes, but you know. So as someone who has had many panic attacks in his life, it was really nice to see the Puss in Boots sequel of all things show an honest and clear image of how they look and feel. Puss isn't screaming or crying or anything over the top. He's just overwhelmed by fear, by anxiety, and can't process where he is, what he's hearing, what's around him. He feels like he can't breathe, like he's dying, and that's just honest. And it's made all the more impactful when you realize he's literally being chased by Death. Yes, the character who I thought was the big bad wolf was literally Death. Somehow I didn't piece that together, unlike everyone else I watched the movie with, but even when you know that reveal, the scene is powerful. It's terrifying. Even if I was wrong, this wolf is still definitely big, and he's definitely bad. His blood red eyes pierce you every time he's on screen, like he's just waiting to come for you right after he's done with Puss. I love the inclusion of a character this legitimately terrifying in a kid's movie like this. It makes me happy to know kids are still getting some quality films to grow up with and not just like Minions and Involuntary Manslaughter, baby. Now, I don't have much else to say that hasn't already been said, but before I'm done here, I do want to talk about the ending. The ending of this film is so much fun and so satisfying, both visually and narratively, but especially visually. The colors, the creative little action moments, and Jack's super cool bag of tricks would have made a solid ending all on its own, but then it's tied in with these nice little character moments. Goldie realizing she won the orphan lottery, Puss understanding the value in his own mortality, Kitty finally putting her trust into someone for the first time in her life, and Perrito, Perrito gets a name. I won't lie. I teared up a little bit here and there. It's a great little bow to wrap up this wonderful little film that I enjoyed very much from start to finish. Once again, even if you've seen this, please give all your fucking money to this goddamn cat and his goddamn boots. It's worth it, and if we show DreamWorks that this is what we want, Kung Fu Panda 4 might be really fucking good. So yeah, that's that. I fucking loved it. You should watch it. And if you think animation is a genre and that it's for kids, get the fuck out of my YouTube channel. I'm giving Puss in Boots 2 a 9 out of 10. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.